Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for part 4 of our Christmas themes and trends for 2023. My name is Nicole. I'm the owner of mychristmas.com.au. We're an Australian retailer of Christmas decor. I've been in the business now for about 17 years, and it's my job to source the decorations and bring these themes together for you. And the aim with these themes is to provide some inspiration and show you easy ways of putting colours together and looks and decorations together so you can create your Christmas dream display at your home. So let's get started with our first theme for today. First of all, we're going to be working with our Christmas dreams theme. So in our Christmas dreams, we've got pale blue, beautiful soft champagne, very soft champagne into almost platinum colour, gold, and even some white or pewter tones if you wish. This is an example of the tree we did last year, where obviously the beautiful soft blue ribbon is the theme, is the real feature of this piece. And then we've got the lighter gold in the flowers, as well as decorations that have got very soft white champagne gold mix. So you give that lightness to the overall look. In this tree, we've used the pale blue as the tree topper, but you could also reverse that and have more of the pale blue flowers through the tree if you wished. Now, some of the new ornaments coming this year, this is definitely one of the colours we've been sourcing and have had decorations made exclusively for us. So we've got the gorgeous pale blue with a little bit of a silver trim of glitter here. See-through, a lot of our ornaments this year, we're trying to get some opaque decorations, some see-through, matte and shiny to give you lots of variation on the tree. You can also use a clear if you wish on this tree, as well as, excuse that this is blurry, but this has come from our supplier. Still waiting for the samples of this to arrive. But as I say, this has kind of got that opaque finish with that little bit of a gold trim, which is really pretty. And again, working different shapes. So we've got in this example with the gold, sort of a diamond shape ornament, which when you add some longer pieces to the tree really adds lots of interest to it. For your flowers, as I showed with the original tree display that we had, you can use either one colour flower or you can use two colours through the tree. So with the three main colours being your pale blue, champagne and white, you could work with any of those three. You know, as I showed in, I think, part 2 of our theme release, you can change up the look of your display too by just making one of the elements more of a feature color. So if you want it to be really soft, you know, you might be having more white and pale blue and just put the tiniest pop of champagne gold in there. Or if you want it to be a bit more regal, you might have more of the champagne gold and blue and either ignore the white altogether or just have a few elements in there just to give that little brightness to the overall look. Ribbons, this is a beautiful new ribbon coming in this year. So you've got the shiny and the matte sort of finish in there. This is one that I am hoping, so I haven't actually got it on order yet because we're waiting to make sure it arrives in time. We had it in the past. It's like a open weave ribbon. So you can pull it to make it a very fine net style to put in the tree, which is really, really beautiful, very elegant. And of course the pale blue here, just adding by itself or layering it with a champagne or cream or white ribbon underneath. The blue that we had in this original photo too, of course, we have that available to us as well. It's one we had made for us last year, which is gorgeous. So yeah, so there's some ideas for ribbons. Now with this theme, often I've shared ribbons and signs. I don't really have any signs that I think are, you know, perfect for this theme. So I'd be working with more of the decorations and ribbon and picks and sort of leaving those signs, making it a little bit more formal. I think the signs are often a bit more fun when you're planning your decorations. The other thing I just wanted to share with you is another option you could go with. So working this theme, you could either go with just the blue or you could add a little bit of a mint soft green sort of tone. So there's a few of those. That's just a tree skirt coming in that colour. Or add a bit of pale pink. So you could go with really all the soft candy colour. So you can see it in this piece here that's coming in. There's your 3 tones all together if you wanted to work them together. You would then probably use a bit more of the champagne gold to create that kind of more uniform look to it. Or you could take the blue out and work with either of these, either the pink or the mint soft green tones as another option, and they would work really well, any of those combinations. And I know some of my clients have gone with pink for certain. Sometimes it's been hard to get the mint green for those who love it and soft green, but we've got a little bit more that we've got coming in this year, so it does give you a little bit more option there. So that's another way of totally changing out the look by just changing out the blue element and continuing to use the champagne gold and the white. Okay, next is quite different. This is we've called this the North Pole theme, so bright red and white, and either sort of a turquoisey blue, or you could go a light blue, so you can work either both of those tones in or one or the other. We did this last year, so let me share with you the video of what we did last year so you can use this as a little bit of inspiration. The red and white rope that's in this tree is coming again this year. This was really, it was that North Pole sign, which is where it's got its name, and what was the focal point and the sort of the starting point to create this theme. Those gorgeous ribbons with the kind of swirly finish that's coming back in again this year. You can either work this theme with that sort of penguin theme through it as well, or you can keep it more neutral, as in just using the colours, the red, white, blue tones, and not actually necessarily have that really snowy theme to it. It's more the tones that you're kind of getting the inspiration for. This theme also has the beautiful snowflakes. These are one of our favourites that we use often. Packs of 12, really well priced, great fillers, and come in lots of different colours for that. So let's have a look at a few of the new pieces that are coming in this theme for this year. So if you do like to have the snowy theme, this set of the smaller size signs are actually more of hanging ornaments for the tree, so they're a great option in the tree. And you can have either the black and white added there, and if you did go with that, you might decide to add just a pop of black and white in your ornament as well. The top hats come in 2 sizes, so you can use them more towards the top of the tree or in the tree, or use it also just as part of a tabletop display. Sit your posable elf on one of these, and that would look really gorgeous as part of a tabletop display. In the same tone, we've got the ornament here with the sort of the ribbony trim on it that's coming in to match that, and just one of our ornaments in glass that we're having made up with just simple lots of white. It's great to have white to brighten up the tree with the red polka dots, which was one we thought was fun. Now these picks have actually all arrived already, so this is an example where the blue is a bit more turquoisey in here, so if you want a bit more of a brighter pop to it, you could use that. And in fact, just going back to the ornaments, if you wanted to use that turquoise, you can very easily add some turquoise ornaments in here as well. They would look fantastic. This is a smaller pick, great filler, great for your tabletop pieces, and of course the peppermint style pick. Oh my gosh, get the words out, but with the addition of the blue on there. So they're really lovely options. As I mentioned, it's called North Pole. The inspiration originally was that North Pole sign, which we have coming back. We've got more of them coming. But I also wanted to show that you can use the colours and not necessarily use the North Pole elements to it. I mean, obviously this one has still got the snowy theme, but here's a couple of other signs that we've got. So the hot cocoa sign. This is also a great one for Christmas in July if you're doing anything for Christmas and July celebrations. Christmas calories don't count, which is super fun. And then the gingerbread house here. As I mentioned, this ribbon is coming back into stock, and then this is a new one that's coming in as well. Okay, so we've gone from formal to fun, and now a formal look again. Crystal Splendor is our theme that we're now moving on to, and that's really all about clear decorations and a little bit of champagne gold to it. This came about because when we were at the theatre import showroom, one of our beautiful suppliers, Gloria had put together this display, which I wanted to share with you, and this just, I've seen it all before, but this just blew me away for its simplicity, but also the absolute wow factor of having multiple trees, just clear glass with different elements. I don't know if you can quite see, but you've got some longer shapes there. You've got some with the pearl, some with the spiraling kind of finish in them, a little bit of iridescent, and I just thought it absolutely lends itself to being a theme that I share with you as something that you can consider for home, either like you see here where you might create a tabletop display with it, or for your overall theme for your tree. So let's have a look at some of the decorations you could use on your tree. So we've got this one here, which is a beautiful crystal. I'm sorry, it doesn't photograph particularly well, but this has got a really lovely reflective quality to it, proper crystal ornament, as well as this one being a crystal ornament. Both of these you can actually, they don't have cords on them, and I would actually use just a wire the same color as my tree, so that the wire does not become a key focal point. It sticks to keeping everything very simple, and sort of just means that the decorations really stand out over anything else. Then we've got the iridescent style of see-through ornament here, or another one that's got a little bit of iridescence, and if you can see it, this has got just a really simple white polka dot. This one I absolutely love. A new one this year, another drop that's got multi-layers of sort of crystal acrylic drop in it. And then this one is our champagne gold, the larger jewel ornaments that have coming in. A lot of people have been asking about those for this year, and that's the colour theme that I thought could work with this. If you're going for a really elegant finish, then I would say these might be a little bit big. Certainly the larger size one would, but it would also work really well on a tabletop piece that you are incorporating into your theme. So if you're doing a garland down the middle of the table and your tree is in all of these colours, then I think that would look amazing. Now this tree, we'll get it to focus in a moment, this tree is actually one of our beautiful clients. Actually, I'll just take it back to the beginning. That's why it's not focusing. Luke, and Luke shared this with us when we visited his home a couple of years ago. So I wanted to show how amazing it can look. He has used on this tree all crystal elements, lots of icicles for this tree, as well as crystal drops, and then a sort of a sparkle light lighting in there to go with just the soft permanent lights that are also on the tree. So let's have a little play of this so you can see how he's just done so much repeating of beautiful drops, gorgeous simple garlands in the sort of acrylic and rhinestone finish, and how amazing that can look. For tabletop, you have obviously the trees that I showed in the photo earlier that we got from theatre, or the video. So that's more of a sort of 1.2 metre size tree. And then we also have smaller tabletop trees with the rhinestone finish on them, which are going to be really lovely in two sizes. So a very, very elegant, pretty theme. Again, you want to change it up. You could add some very soft pink or very soft blue to it, particularly if you wanted to go with the just putting something that is like a see-through, one of the ornaments that we've had created in more of a see-through finish. That would look really beautiful as well. Okay, theme. Oh, it says theme 2. This is definitely not theme 2. This is theme 3, Heart of Christmas. So again, this is one I played with last year. Really started to love the softer tones of this red. We've used a little bit of the soft tones in some of our other themes, and this one just brings it together, where you've got just the red and white elements and metal. So let's just show you. I keep forgetting to rewind. I've obviously checked this. This was my tree last year, so using the frosted red and white elements, but what I did was I added pop of a brighter teal color because I wanted just a little bit of brightness to the tree as well. So you can add a brighter tone if you wanted to, or you can soften it, keep it all very soft, and just work with, soft reds or, soft blue if you wanted to in there as well. This theme works really well with berries and flocking and as well as lots of flowers. Okay, so for the ornaments, again, looking at the different textures, so we've got sort of the berry, sort of, to me, that's a very berry style of ornament. Then we've got a more glossy style here with the mercury finish, different shapes with the acorn, as well as the style that's sort of that snowy style of ornament, so that you're mixing up from very bright to very soft tones here. This one's got sort of the crystal finish to soften it. And then if you wanted to add bit more of the tin element, then you could use this. This could be great as part of a tree topper. It's going to be a larger size to be as a sort of a single ornament, but you could have a couple of them spread through the tree if you wanted to bulk it out a bit. The picks that we've got here, again, your white flowers, or the red and white that I had in the original. I'll just quickly take you back. Oh dear, I've got to go back to the beginning again. So this flower here is still available. We've got this one. It's because it's just it's the perfect level of that soft red. So one I love using whenever I'm doing this kind of color theme. Our new white pick that's coming in. These are two beautiful raz picks that are coming, and another one that we've got coming that's a new berry pick this year, which we think is really pretty. These signs are a great option, so you can go with signs if you want to, or you can stick to just your decorations and ribbon and picks. So even though it says North Pole, I think that lends itself with colouring to what we've got going there. And then this is a beautiful ribbon. If you like this one, this is one we did last year, so we've only got about 8 rolls of that left, so don't leave that one too late if you do like it. So then you can also, with this colourway, add that little bit of black and white if you wanted to, or sort of stick to the tree and the natural, but using the black and white in your decorating here. You've also got the sort of this kind of very country style of a bucket, which when we get our hands on that, I will be creating a tabletop display with some trees and some foliage and some flowers, which I think will look gorgeous. And our set of little trees again will also work really well with that kind of side, the countryside of this theme. Okay, and then we've got our peppermint snap. So peppermint in red and white has been a classic that we have worked with for many years. I think it's always going to be around because it is bright and bold. You can start with red and white, and then you can choose to add a bright green if you want to, or you add the blue and you've got that North Pole look. You can take the red out and go with just white. So you can work it as a foundation colouring and then sort of change it up if you want to alter the look of it, and always we're looking for some new pieces that can go in this theme to just round it out and to help those clients who have this as a regular theme that they have at home. So let's have a look here. Again, I've got to rewind because this is a theme that a display I did I think about 2 years ago actually. Those red and white ladders I've got coming back. You'll see that I share them very soon. And then all I've used really, because this was done before we had received all of our stock, so it's like, what have I got to work with? So a couple of lollipops, lots of the red and white rope, which we've got coming back in. This is one of our all-time favourites to work with. Some beautiful red picks through there and simple red and white ornaments. So this is not an expensive tree to create yourself by having a couple of strong elements. So if you do like a great tree topper, for example, then you can keep everything else a lot more simple. And particularly if you add something like the rope, it really does round out your display. Just realised one of my ornaments is missing from here. Sorry, guys. The red and white ornaments, as I showed you earlier, the polka dot here, and we have still got a lolly ornament as well as some beautiful red and white candy canes, which, as I said, I forgot to pull into my photos. So excuse me for that. This is a new flower that we've got coming. So we've had this in other colorways. I've had that way made for us in the white and red. Then beautiful ball pick. Again, the red and white is often a bit whimsical. So I think anything that adds that tone of whimsy to the tree is great. This one sort of being a slightly smaller pick, like everything's, when I say smaller, everything's closer together here. Something like this pick here is much longer, so I think it's a great tree topper pick, but something like this also works really well in the tree because you can just put it on the branches and having it sort of sprayed through the tree as a great way to fill it out. And again, because we love the fun element of this red and white theme, then I thought this spiral style is just super fun, super cute, great to mix in with something like this pick as a tree topper. I think they would look amazing together. Signs, red and white, we've got plenty of red and white already on the website. So on the mychristmas.com.au, we've already got some great ribbons in stock, some polka dots, stripes, solid colours. Again, when I'm putting ribbons together, I'm always looking to combine my geometric shapes. I think that's a great way to pull it all together. So a couple of new signs. Sorry, this one we've had before, but this one's a new sign, which I thought was a great option. You can always take that off and turn this into a tree topper, which I think would be a lovely alternative to, say, the peppermint that we've had, red and white peppermint we've had in the past. And a couple of tabletop pieces. As I said, the ladder is coming back this year, so that's an option if you're wanting to have ladders either sort of lifting into your tree or on sitting against a buffet, or you can even add them into your tree. These are a couple of gorgeous Catherine's collection pieces, so if you're into Catherine's collection, I thought these would work really well with that theme. Stunning, with the peppermint on the reindeer antlers there as a feature piece. Of course, it's got some green in it. Being red and white, you can add green as well, and it will all work really well together. And for the kitchen, don't forget a bit of red and white there with a gorgeous little cookie jar. As I previously mentioned, my name is Nicole. I'm the owner of mychristmas.com.au. This stock will be coming in October, but even if you are overseas or not buying from us, I hope these sort of little themes give you an idea of how you can put colours together so that you can create your own displays and really maximise what you've already got and just add a few bits and pieces to that to round out your theme and make a beautiful Christmas display for your home. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll be sharing lots more videos in the coming months, so please make sure you subscribe to the channel and have a fantastic day. Cheers.